Good morning. Yeah, I've got the notifications going off now, but that's okay. So we're here and we're getting ready for our morning live stream of the Lenormand cards in the spread that we're used to, the 5 cards. Hi, Rena. Good morning. Lovely to see you here. We've got Judy popping in now. We've got Sue. I'm not sure that I've seen your name there before, Sue. Lovely to see you here. So I'm going to get into the card reading. What we've got, you tune in, turn on whatever way you need to actually give yourself that access for your own messages that you receive in. And I just realised lighting. Oh, well, it's a dull day outside. It's probably why it's a little bit duller. I do rely mostly, oh, can't hear me. Okay, there is a message, can't hear me. Let me have a looky, see. I'm not on mute. Let me have a look. I have the output. It should be. No, it's actually supposed to be on. So, Carol, I just suggest sometimes it's just your own volume that might be the issue. Yes, you can. Oh, good one. So it wasn't your volume. It's just that you can hear now. Because Rena has mentioned, yes, she can hear me. So that's good. Okay, what we'll do is we'll shift over to the cards, to the spread. Now, it is a bit different lighting out there to this morning. It's dull. It looks like we're in for possibility of rain, a larger possibility than usual. So that's maybe why. Maybe why. Now, cards, 5 card spread. Here we've got the workspace. We've got the labyrinth in the workspace. We've got the scythe in the home space. We've got the 2 ladies, the older one in the unexpected, and we've got the younger one in your role. And as our anchor is in the outcome, the anchor, yeah, I said it all right anyway. I'm not going to blame teeth. I had a lovely time at the dentist yesterday. Yes, I woke up and it just feels a bit different with the teeth. So what we've got, labyrinth in the workspace. Let's have a look at that. I've got things still. You can hear on my time? Yeah, great. Thank you, Judy. Wonderful to have that clarification. Oh, look, there's some things I'm forgetting. Sorry if I'm moving my left arm a bit slowly. Look, I've got the splint out. I'm starting to exercise it a bit more, so it's coming good slowly. I still can't move, twist, and all that stuff. So it's getting there. So it's lovely, all those healing energies that you wonderful people have been sending to me. Good morning, Sarah. Wonderful to have you there as well. And we've got Sharon. Good morning, Sharon. I'm assuming you're probably over on my Boundy page to pop up there on the eCam. Now, let's get back to the cards. Beautiful card. I love this card because it really just gives that sense of, for me, the play, because I like labyrinths. I like the maze games. They've always been something that I've enjoyed doing as a kid. You know, the pattern ones in a book that you've got to get your pen and trace a pathway. This being the more practical, you know, the more in real life type feel of you're actually in those hedges with the pathways. This one you can just see over the top. So you can, in essence, yell out for help if you need to. But really what it's actually doing is also giving you that feeling of needing to concentrate on your own pathway and not be involved in others, because the main learning in this is to travel your own and follow what your instincts are, your intuition is telling you, to make that central space. Now, that one is, you know, in that gazebo with the beautiful doves. It just looks so peaceful, doesn't it? And then what you're doing from that central space is giving time, meditate time, contemplation time, thinking and feeling into what's the purpose of, and wow, that was a nice pathway to travel or not, or what have you learned. It's all of that sort of, if you've ever traveled, you know, walked a labyrinth in the meditative mode, you know, as a meditation, as, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put my arm down, as a, you know, just for that time that you give yourself, that you're actually focusing on that path of the labyrinth and then contemplating in that central space, it really is a different experience. It allows you to actually really tune into what that inner self is guiding you toward and bringing you away from, even too, so that as you're leaving and you're contemplating the path outwards, that it's expanding into what is your reality and beingness on that exit pathway. It encompasses the whole of. So in our business space for this morning, I'm feeling that that's actually bringing that completion, the moving into and coming out of, with that central space being where you're really thinking of, now, what is it that I'm wanting to do with my business and work? What is it that I'm learning from it, and what am I wanting to teach others or show others or share with others? So that's what I'm feeling with that one at the moment. Good morning, Shaz. Lovely to see you here in the My Time. And Sharon Rooney's just suggesting, yeah, you couldn't see your My Time link. I'm pretty sure, well, I think I had it in when in the actual photo of the card layout to start with. But hey, look, it's all right. You're here, you're watching, and it's wonderful that you're sharing with others as well. I'm assuming that certainly if you feel there's others that would appreciate having these, watching these readings, do let them know that it's 8 o'clock every morning. When I get back to doing the volunteering, it might change on the Monday, Thursdays. Anyway, here we go. I don't want to really interrupt the flow. We're in a flow with the labyrinth. And as we're moving from that workspace, we can connect with what is our home space of the scythe. I do feel like it, to me, because this card actually does have the wheat that's in full head of grain, a full head of grain, and it's golden and it's being harvested. So I really feel the strength of this card being in that harvest. I've become so familiar with that energy around this one, and in not even really having looked at the guidebooks for this. Just feel into it what you're feeling. It's that a bit like the abundance. You've actually, the rewards for the hard work is the harvest, and that you've put a lot of energy in that in your home space and the relationships that are within that home space, because it's not just about the building and the grounds and the garden and if you've got a bit of acreage, the fields. It really is more about the putting the time and effort into creating what is beautiful relationships, beautiful home space, a place where you feel at home, and that the work goes smoothly within it, because without work you don't get results if you're not putting in that energy for doing that, even in the home space. So there is always going to be that small connection between your work and your home, or it could be a large one. It's only you that knows what that balance is going to be. So do suss out for yourself how much you want to do of work, even taking it home to the home space, and cut that connection off if it needs to be, so that you really are in your home at the time of knock off, so to speak, from your work, and really put in that work for developing those relationships that are family and friends, and enjoying the rewards of what you put your labour into, really. So that's where I'm feeling that the scythe is today. It is those rewards of hard work. Now, as far as the two ladies go, I sort of thought, wow, there we go. There's the full essence of what is all of the timeline of my femininity and of yours too, because this is a general reading that's for yours. Take it in as that full gamut of what is, even back to our ancestry, the unexpected. As soon as I put this down, I felt, me, mum. And it was sort of not so much me being a mum, but my mum came into my thoughts at that instant that I saw this card as well this morning. And I thought it really is that time span between who we are now and all of our ancestry back through our mothers, through our grandmothers, through whoever. And because it is the two of them, I feel more the strength of the feminine balance this morning for today's card, for the essence of today. So we really are in that, and because the anchor's in the middle, just reading it as a column, it really is anchoring in our femininity and touching on, connecting with those that are our female ancestry, that knowledge and what we've got to learn from it today. And that is even for the males who are watching, even live or by replay, that we have that balance of masculine, feminine. But today it just feels so much more, the emphasis is on the feminine, especially with this. And yeah, Rena, these ladies are the same number, because with this, the Lenormand deck that I'm using, this one here, it's an expanded edition. So it's actually giving 2 versions of the women, and it's got 2 versions of the men. I think there's about 11 extra cards in this one. And it also has 2 versions of the birds. And then there is the extras that are the labyrinth is one of them. And there's the well, there's the magnifying glass. There's others that are extras. There is 36 basic cards in the Lenormand deck. The original was 36 cards. And different authors or artists have designed extras just for, fleshing it out a bit, I suppose, like adding just a little extra meaning. And that's why with the labyrinth card, I feel that extra, it's a playfulness in some respect, where so much of what is in the, the child's a playful card, but there didn't seem to be much else. So I was so happy to see that there's something a little extra in that direction in this deck of the Lenormand. So that's why they're the same number. It's a different energy from both, though, because there is the maturity and almost that sageness from the older woman. And you can sort of sense that energy of what is the wiser woman, and the extra experience that comes into that with reflecting, contemplating out that beautiful window. It just has a different energy about it, doesn't it? So even with this, the younger one, it's bringing in that freshness of understanding as well, that newness of things that are newly learnt, and looking to the past. Because to me, when you're looking left, in this direction, that's when it actually comes to me as being the past. And what a lot of readers are taught, that direction is past, and what you're looking to on the right is more the future. So it's bringing it all together and connecting it in that way of what is the older and the newer, or the older and the younger. So in that respect, the full femininity. And our role really is that today is connecting all of it together in a way that's going to be an anchoring. I think that's what I'm feeling there, and actually owning our feminine side. It's sometimes we start getting too much into unisex everything, when actually we are not. Our biology is male, female, and I think we do need to re-acknowledge that it's a lovely difference. It's what makes each and every one of us unique in our own way, that we do have understandings that are male, female, and because the biology just directs it that way. It has to. Otherwise, how would a species not survive? Anyway, so that's where I'm feeling that anchoring in of what our femininity really is, the outcome is that anchor. We've got that beautiful, the garden-wise, the amount of what's been created in, the knowledge that just trying to think of how it's coming to my mind. All the work, because it's a bit of a work line here, but it's the benefits, it's the bonus, it's the extras, it's the rewards of the work. Yes, we're working through our pathway. We've done the work to plant the seed, have it grow, keep it weeded and nurtured till its harvest. It's all of that, and it really does create that stability in our life of what the anchor's giving us for the day to day. It is some stability. It is holding true in where we are in our lives right now, today. that's the perspective of what we've got there. And I love this one that Sarah's got. It's a shame it's not showing on the other channels that I've got the eCam flowing through. It's she's just saying, I am woman, hear me roar. And I think that's wonderful. That was a Helen Reddy song, wasn't it? So, yes, it is cool, Rena. I think the whole aspect of using Lenormand cards, it's just so, in the interpretives that are able to be done, to be able to be seen from these cards in just the one word cards, how much difference it can mean across, the story that is created for how it sits today in this card spread and each and every day. Because we do have such a range of how we can interpret it. And that's the whole idea of you actually tuning into your own intuition and your own psychic abilities and guidance. Spend some time in listening to what those messages are that you're receiving. Turn it on, sit in a lovely relaxed space, using whatever tools you need to, and really tap into what is your own messages. And it is each an individual thing. You can't really have someone else telling you how to interpret what it's meaning for you. Besides, how I'm doing it is, in my understanding, and it's as a general guidance. So I'm just so encouraging you to use what is natural feeling to you, what you like doing in this guiding factor. Oops, just had to put my arm down carefully. I'm just, as it's getting better, of course, I'm doing new things with it, and it's, sometimes a little bit, I've got to be careful still. It is only 3 and a bit weeks. Yes, the anchor is such a strong grounding card, and because an anchor itself is actually usually in water and attached to a boat or something like that, it gives that beautiful emotional feel to it, that wave, all of that, because I like boats. I do like being out on the water, so I'm feeling that gorgeous action of just being able to drop an anchor and let the boat float round as it wants. Sometimes it will drag its anchor, but it's still steady. It's still holding most of the time. I just love the feeling. So as you're moving through your day, just feel that steadiness of the feminine side, really, and we are allowed to be more in our feminine energy if we're female. It's expected, dress, how you want to as a woman. That we are women, those of us who are. And if you're a man and tapping into that, anchoring in that feminine energy, just have that more nurturing understanding of what's going on around you and that feminine, in that energy. And because I'm not a man, I don't know what it feels like to feel feminine energy. The same as a woman, it can sometimes be pretty hard to feel what the masculine energy is too. So it really is just that, getting in touch with what is, the energies. So thank you so much for being here. And Rennie, you're saying, you're glad seeing this in purple on my side is interesting. Oh, glad to hear it's healing though. My daughter came off a horse on the weekend and busted her elbow. Oh, that'd be so much harder. At least now I've got the use of the fingers. I still can't grip fully, and I cannot twist it, and I can't lift. So I feel so much for your daughter. The pain, blessings to her, and much, much, much healing energy going her way. So sad. Right. Anyway, I better get moving onward. It is a day for work type stuff. Since I had a dental appointment yesterday, I missed out on a bit, so I've got to get into it today. Anyway, thank you, Melina, for that. You too have a great day, and thank you, Sarah. Lovely to see you here again. And to Pam, thank you. Each and every one of you, please tune into your own senses in whatever way that you receive them. Understand them for how, enjoy the cards, daily cards. Thank you, Ross. Thanks, Leanne. Understand for yourself what it's meaning And if you do have, thank you, Rena, if you do have any further questions or need some further help or even detailed readings, that is the website that I am developing further. Always everything needs tweaking, doesn't it? But do have a look. I do know that the shop section is working now, so I will be filling that out a bit more. And there are readings available, lots. So just ask questions if you need to. Available with the Messenger, Facebook Messenger, on the website. There is a contact form. If you need to do it that way to write longer questions, or there is a phone number somewhere if you really need to ring. Okay, so thank you. Be the best person you can be, and I'm just practicing this, not stretch it too far. Namaste.